Radiant's turn
My name
to
is
battle.
Steve, otherwise known as Steve. And with me, as always, is my friend Graham, otherwise known as KitsuneAre.
10 seconds.
Because
remain.
they are. And we have a rematch on our hands from last
5
week.
seconds.
It is Unfed versus TNG, the new guard.
It is
Yeah, a bit of a
Dyer's turn
continuation,
to battle.
a rematch, as you say, from there. I don't know if they've had any other games in between now and then. I think probably a scrim
10
here and there, possibly.
seconds.
But on the last time around, we found that new
5
guard
seconds
were
remain.
a little
It
bit
is
turned over by
Radiant's
feeders
battle.
unfed. I think if memory serves, the draft, we were pretty set from the
10
beginning that the draft didn't really have any answers. It seemed like they were trying to,
5
rather than stay to a set pattern, they were trying to
It is
almost
Dyer's
counter
battle.
on the fly. So they ended up backing themselves into a corner where they had a situation of 2 or 3 carries.
Yeah, it
10
was
seconds.
a bit chaotic, but you kind of expect that, especially in best of
5
ones. Because I mean, if you
seconds
throw an
remain.
off-the-wall idea out there and it sticks, then I mean, you just steamroll the enemy. Looking at the bans for the two
Dyer's
teams, we
turn
currently
to battle.
have Bounty, Spiritbreaker, Viper, and Hoodwink Magnet. Hoodwink being banned as much as he is very surprising to me.
10
Didn't think
That
Sir
I was
Cox would.
about to
That's-
ask you. Do you have any thoughts as to that? Because I can't seem to put my
5
finger on
seconds
exactly why
remain.
she would be so broken. I know we're currently in a running
Radiant's
meta
turn to
of
battle.
scaling supports are sort of the meal of the day, but
The only thing I can think of really is the fact that her E now grants her so much cast range. On top of
5
so many
seconds.
cast range neutrals being available, and then Aether Lens being able to be built again by supports. So if you play her in a pos 4 position, you get the correct neutral item. With her E at max level, you can bushwhack people from like 2 screens away. Well,
you're
one
miles
screen
away. Yeah.
Choose.
It's got a very slow traverse time, if you will.
Must
But
choose.
Vengeful spirit.
again, if it comes from off screen and you're not ready for it,
Okay, well, expected pick.
yeah. Imagine Venge first pick. Couldn't be me.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
have to set up something quickly.
So I have been informed by the great Juju in the sky that apparently TNG play Hoodwink a lot.
Yeah,
So maybe it's a
the great
comfort, yeah.
juju in the sky does tend to help us out quite a lot. I don't know why.
It is Radiant's battle.
They seem to like us.
Witch Doctor.
Witch Doctor. Okay, so you should expect a Windrunner ban from TNG with their next ban. Because if they just leave it in the pool, Witch Doctor basically gets invalidated.
Witch Doctor is your favorite support, if I remember correctly.
That's one word for it. Yeah, in case you guys don't know what the counter is right now.
Oh, sorry, audio bug. One moment.
E.
Okay. Sorry, my audio bug there. You're gonna have to start that sentence again. Discord just dropped off completely.
Okay, no worries. So if you don't know what the Witch Doctor thing is, if you have a Windrunner on your team, she just presses
10
E and
seconds.
runs at his ult as soon as he passes,
Dyer's
and
turn
he's very
to
sad.
pick.
Ooh, Alchemist being banned, Windrunner still in the pool. Are they going to pick it?
So, one thing I did read recently, actually. So it's Witch Doctor's base ult actually has a 50% pierce, which is, you know, it's still better than getting 100% pierced, but it's not completely dodge
5
worthy, if that
seconds
makes sense.
remain.
So it isn't completely dodged. Alright.
No, as far as
I
I'm
mean,
aware, it
now
has
that
a base 50% pierce. So if you're, you know, if you have 100% evasion, such as Windrun, then 50% of the shots will hit you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
now
I'm
that
so, I'm
you've
sorry
done
about
that,
the audio. I suddenly realized that my Dota sounded like turd on toast because my Dolby Atmos wasn't activated. So I thought dropping out our audio for a couple seconds to get the audio back with a little bit better quality is probably worth the moment.
Rubik. Okay.
Rubik
The
and
Witch
a Witch
Doctor-
Doctor. Very nice.
Yeah, the Witch Doctor does still have Maledict, so, you know. Which is a fun spell.
Yes.
For the Witch Doctor, not for anyone else.
Yeah, Maledict,
10
Fade Bolt.
seconds remain.
Say bye-bye. I have heard here and there that Rubik offlane is a off strat.
Crystal Maiden.
Crystal.
Yeah,
Maiden,
it's at high levels, because a few pros have been experimenting with it. At high levels, it's become a bit of a scourge of bugs. Because you need to have a very specific plan for it.
And then I saw, and I hope it's just a copy pasta, but it might not be. People were talking about a 4-position Terrorblade.
Yeah, 5-position Terrorblade, which you can swap the HP.
No, a 4-position Terrorblade. You got Aether Lens and max out your Reflect. So you find yourself in a weird situation where it's very possible you have a Rubik and Terrorblade laning together, but Terrorblade's a support and Rubik's a 3. As Mars gets picked up.
Yeah, I highly doubt that's going to be the case. But,
No jankiness today!
yeah, this Rubik is feeling a lot happier than he did the last time we saw him.
Yes.
In terms of spells to steal. I mean,
Yes.
just Venge by herself is like already kind of a jackpot. But with the
Yeah,
other
you
two
can do
things,
some fun stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mars
we
Arena-
have seen, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember who it was that played it, if I'm honest, right this second, but the Rubik on the new guard, he had a decent game last time. It was up against FSU though in our second round of games, and
Yes.
that was the game that they did a bit better on. They had a decent chance to sort of move forward, but unfortunately, just a few too many mistakes. Once they felt like they had the space again, they went out on the map and just ended up getting hard punished for it.
Yeah, and then the snowball happened with Lena Anti-Mage, and you don't really stop that.
No.
So Mars getting picked up as a counter to the Witch Doctor. Because
yes.
you can
Yeah.
zone out the ult.
That's a good shot. That's a good idea. I don't know if you
Yeah.
will see it happen, but it is a nice mechanic to have around. You probably find the Mars wants to be the person who jumps in and throws the ult down before the Witch Doctor gets it off. But in the situation where you want that guy, it's a nice extra.
Yeah, the only issue I can see is Mars being a strength offlaner going up against Maledict, which
Yeah.
is always going to be a problem.
Dire's
A
turn
lot
to
of
begin.
time.
I was gonna say New God burnt through pretty much all of their spare time there.
Okay, so looking at it, the Crystal Maiden Venge duo, to me, doesn't seem to be completely
10
overpowered,
seconds remain.
or completely overpowered, or be completely overpowered by the Witch Doctor.
Faceless Void.
Ooh.
Faceless Void.
Okay. Yes. So we find ourselves in an interesting situation where one of the oldest combinations in history, the Chrono Bubble with the Witch Doctor Ward on the outside.
Yeah.
So TNG finding, I suppose, in that last game where they seemed to manage to find themselves a decent comeback, and then unfortunately weren't able to hold it out because they just basically got outscaled. The Faceless Void is a solid intent that you don't want that to happen again.
Invoker got through, and apparently the mid on FU is a very good Invoker.
Now there's a very nice counter thought on this, is Void has to be very careful with his chronos now.
Yeah, because you can get definitely
10
blasted out of it or
seconds
tornadoed.
I was thinking more along the lines of Chronosphere, your team, Cataclysm.
Seconds remain.
Chronosphere your team is generally not a good idea. But going back to my previous thought about the support duos, Venge CM is a pretty good support duo, and Witch Doctor Rubik is a pretty good support duo.
Yes. If you had to pick what would be considered a sort of quintessential 4 and 5 combination throughout the years, these two sets would probably be a fairly common answer.
Dire's ban.
Yeah. To be fair, though, 100%,
Dire's turn
I would
to
swap
ban.
the CM and the Rubik if I wanted to have like the maximum amount of synergy going on. But that's just me being nitpicky. Both of these supports, these team support lineups, are very good for the roaming potential. I would say FU have a better 3-man
It is
core
ready,
roaming team
Superman.
if they decide to play like that, with
Yeah.
the Mars over the Centaur. But the Centaur Stampede allows TNG to reposition to deal with any rotations a lot easier.
Yeah, but the repositioning is also going to be fairly hampered until there are a bunch of BKBs out, because the Arena of Blood
Radiant's turn to
is
pick.
going to mean that the Centaur ult isn't quite as potent as it might normally be if it's a well-placed one.
Yeah, on top of that, you know, Invoker. So BKBs are just good this game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I suppose
kind
if you look at it, it's everything except Venge
10
ult
seconds.
is stopped by
Yeah.
BKB, so...
Which, if you're Void, you're very sad to see, because going BKB on Void never feels
Yeah,
great.
it always feels a little bit like you could have something just better. To be fair, I don't really have a horse in this race, because if you look at my BKB pick rate, it's actually abysmal. So,
Luna Slark banned Carry Storm the Pool, Naga, if you played that. They don't
Okay.
really have a lot to deal with it on the side of TNG.
if I'm not
Anti-mage?
mistaken, they did play Naga last time.
Yes. And Naga is still in the pool. Earthshaker is also still in the pool, and you can play him mid still, I believe. It's not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it against an Invoker, but I mean.
No. There's not really anything to Echo Slam, really, either.
Dire's turn to pick.
Carry gets picked out as Sven, oh dear. So, an Alacrity Sven coming soon.
With you unable to run away with the Arena of Blood. And
Yes.
if you BKB and run away, you just get swapped right back into Sven's sword anyway.
Yes. I foresee some very, very sad people getting slapped around. Although, to be fair,
5 seconds.
and this
remain.
is the bit that rustles your jimmies, something fierce. Witch Doctor doesn't care if he has Shard.
Yeah, that is a problem. For those who don't know, my favorite hero used to be Puck, so Witch Doctor getting a phase shift but better kind of pissed me off.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
Select
well, there we go.
if Sven gets to hit anything, he's going to be a fucking monster. But
Yeah. He, you
looking
know,
at-
hmm.
I'm looking at the team from TNG, and if you wanted to have a team to kite with,
Yeah.
so
The
Sven
only
is gonna
person
have to
who's going to
play
be
very
really
well.
standing still and taking it is the Centaur, who's probably the one hero in Dota you want to attack the least.
Yeah. So this is going to be very interesting.
Cool.
We're going to have to see how FU, if they decide to give priority to the Invoker or the Sven, because the game's going to play very differently
10
based on that.
seconds. 5 seconds
Well,
remain.
Hello.
Before the time drops in, I suppose, are we going to say to ourselves, who do you think is the winner here? Because this is a bit of a hard one for me.
I'm going to be honest. I think I'm going with FU,
Okay.
and here's my reasoning. The Puck Invoker matchup is very, very sad for the Puck. Because unless you get ahead immediately, it's very hard to stop the Invoker from doing his game plan.
Sure. I suppose
Where-
nowadays, especially, and from what we've heard, us is just an unbelievable Invoker specialist. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens from there. I'm going to do what I did in the first game, and hopefully it doesn't backfire as much that we streamed. And I'm going to say that the new god will win this game.
Okay, well, we'll see.
So
who's
they're
correct.
close enough that that I'm willing to put it on the line and say that new god will do it.
I'm just thinking of lanes currently, and yeah, TNG seem to have shored up their lanes a lot. Like, there's not one that seems as easily abusable.
Yes. And this man is 19-7 of Witch Doctor. Alright, so we start ourselves off, as we always do, with a quick lineup check. Starting ourselves off with a smoke.
Prepare for battle.
As the Radiant will try and move forward with a bit of aggression, we have Mo on the Crystal Maiden. In the off lane, we have Man with a Van. He'll be playing Mars today. 3, we have Ice on the Invoker. Definitely going to be one to watch. Invoker, that kind of character that no matter what will always probably be one to watch. But especially
Double
so...
finance smoke beginning here.
Triple Three will be playing the Sven as we have a little bit of a skirmish coming up here as Amo is going to walk in, break the smoke on the side of FU. And now he's just going to walk a little bit far forward. He needs to be careful here with the stun to be able to follow up. They're going to slow him down.
That's
Crystal
good.
Maiden is slow. Sunstrike
gave
will
you
be able to get
You've just achieved
that first blood on
blood.
Astra.
Thanks and have fun.
And Puck is depressed.
I've got to say, I think that was a misplay.
30 seconds.
He walked
and
forward when he really did not need to there.
Yeah, as soon as smoke breaks there, I
Bail.
would dip.
Bail, bail, bail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Whoa,
you know,
that's
on,
always
on the
fun.
other hand, on the other hand, if it's only 2 people, you really want to take that fight as Witch Doctor. So it was a gamble, and it was one that he lost.
Yeah, but he was still walking down the hill when he saw them coming.
Yeah,
He should have held the high ground theoretically. Hey ho!
that is Dota though.
We finish off
players
with
compete
Mr.
for
Ares. He'll be
ultimate
playing the Venge in your 4 position today. On the other side, we have Blitzer. He will be playing Faces Void for today. Probably quite a lot of weight on his shoulders this time round. In the off lane, number 4 position, we have Farker Damage. He will be running our Rubik. Mr. Amo misplays aside. He will be running your Witch Doctor in the 5 position. Mid will be Dr. OG on his puck. And last, we have Mr. Pora. He will be playing Centaur on the off lane.
You know, thinking about it, I said that there wasn't a lane that seemed easily abusable, but the Mars Venge lane has the potential to topple.
Yeah. There's
Watching Puck get
already a
beat
fair
down.
amount of attacks coming all over the place. Looks like as Mars, as you say, immediately losing a fair amount of damage though. But stun being thrown out, a little bit of backward and forward being thrown between the 2 supports as you might normally expect in this position.
Yep, they're busy trying to zone. I don't see CM. She went back to base.
Yeah, she was very low. I think she got a bit slapped in bottom lane as though we have Witch Doctor getting a little bit out of position. We'll be okay for now.
Yeah, Mars Burst isn't a thing that he's known for too much. Like, it's more the arena and the team fight, but he does have a lot of damage on him.
There's a little bit of misplay there, but with a couple more right clicks. No, the stun will be able to slow things down. There's a couple more tower shots, and no, one last auto attack will be gone off. But now Blitzer, he's trying to get forward with a couple more auto attacks, and with that slow one more attack, he might just about to get it, and he will. One last auto attack, and there's a bit of a return, which is not a fair trade. We lost
Yeah, you
ourselves
would've-
as mid lane. Jump in just in time. Bit of a skirmish and a Sunstrike thrown out, and he manages to catch himself a free puck.
Yeah, that's playing against Invoker.
Playing against
Steve,
Invoker when he got her first blood, yes.
Yeah, Steve has very fond memories of me just absolutely raging my mind out playing against Invoker. This is my least favorite mid matchup.
Many times, yes. So going back into that engagement on the top lane, however, I've got to say that that's got to feel bad as Mo, he's found himself in a little bit of a bad position. Blood grenade is thrown out. Double Edge doing a little bit extra damage with the slow. He's going to try to throw things out, but he won't be able to get it. And it looks like we might get ourselves an exact trade of what happened in the other off lane, as there's a carry for 4 position. Yes, he will, but it doesn't matter because Pora manages to make it a 2-for-1 just about.
Double edge coming in, doing absolute bus worth of damage.
Yeah, Centaur does a lot of poke damage at the moment.
Here's the problem. See how low health Mars is already? That's Maledict.
Yeah. I dropped to top lane just to watch that one last Maledict pop go off. Very unfortunate.
Yeah. Oh, done?
No,
Okay, no, they
no,
can't
not
do anything.
enough, yeah.
So talking about the engagement top lane with the Void killed. Oh, they're going in on Sven again. I'm not too sure about this one, boys.
Centaur's
Spotlight is up again.
getting a little bit low with one more attack. He goes down. That was a bit weird. He just seemed to carry on running at him. I'm not quite sure what the plan was there. Crystal Maiden and Rubik trying to do a little bit of a last finish. 3-3, he's going to try and go into the woods here. We'll try and chase down Farco, but he is probably far enough away. There's a stun though. And they're going to run
that's
forward
it.
with a couple more
Frostbite.
stacks, one more frostbite, and a couple right clicks. No, he gets himself up the hill. He's starting to get quite low. There goes the throwback, and he will live.
Very nicely done. Ares has found himself in a bit of a situation here.
But Dr. OG
Oh,
with a
that's-
couple more right clicks.
That's under.
Oh, he dodges! He manages to watch the one last auto attack with the tower, starting to do a bit of damage to Arthroth, and he manages to get himself out of that position. He put on his big boy pants and manages to just about get out of that position. Now with the Sunstrike. Oh!
Nice, he was watching.
That was cute.
Infused Raindrop sucks as a perk.
Yes. Yeah. But manages to survive through it that time at least.
Yeah. Void did have to queue Dilation at 2, but it was 100% worth it. So he's already 4 and he has 2 in time lock anyway. They are
There's
going
top
in
lane.
on this again.
Yeah. But now with the
Oh,
Bloodstone
that Maledict.
and a Maledict Blood Grenade, excuse me. I think that might just be him dead. Yeah, he's just dead. Oh, Graham's favorite ability in the game, everybody.
It wouldn't be so bad if you could like do something to get it off you, but it's just stuck there, and it's like you have napalm burning into your body. It feels so bad.
In the meantime, though, Void was pushing his boundaries a little bit there, and yeah, unfortunately, gets his courier murdered.
Void is very far ahead.
Yes. His last hits wise, we find ourselves in a slight trade-off where Sven's not having a very good situation. In bottom lane, a lot of aggression coming out. Dr. OG goes bottom to try and salvage the situation with a couple more auto attacks. Pura, the double edge, just massacring. There's so much damage.
Especially on the CM. CM's support I play a lot, and yeah, the minute any core gets on top of you, you just melt immediately.
It's that good old-fashioned range
Literally
creep.
a range creep. Okay, so double damage rune. Okay, she did use illusory orbs, I don't think, yeah.
Nah. There's a little bit of damage being done at the moment in mid lane. Farco coming in to try and help out a little bit.
Yeah, the Venge did go mid for the rune to allow the Mars to catch up in XP a bit. The Sven is very far behind the Void in terms of XP.
Yeah, the nature of laning up against a Centaur is Farco, he's going to try and hunt himself out of the corner here, but Mo, he's there in the way. We'll be able to slow things down again. But there with the Fade Bolt and a double edge, there's a lot of damage now starting to come out. Triple three, he's going to step himself out of position. There's a lot of damage that can still be done here by Pyro, but with a little bit of extra damage, Sunstrike will bring him down, but not before the double edge gets to Sven first. I think a little bit of maybe anxiousness. I think that's probably the way to describe it, as Dr. OG finds himself in a very awkward position over here, out of position. But yeah, bottom lane, this bloody lane of Centaur and Rubik is just doing so much damage.
Oh, and Witch Doctor gets the XP rune from Radiant, but while he's doing that, Void dies. Bro, Invoker is so sad. He's gotten, like, Sunstrike on target.
Yeah.
3 different times this game, and someone's died taking the kill before the Sunstrike passed.
To be fair, his first kill in mid, not the first. Oh yeah, he got first blood with it, and he got the first kill in mid with it. So I think he's probably wiping his tier with gold coins.
Yes.
Gold-wise, though, there's a lot of backward and forward in this game, a lot of aggression. As it looks in top lane, we're going to have probably a free death on Man of the Van. Yeah, he's got Maledicted. He is currently. He's getting voided. He's just dead. Many things.
Yep. Rubik is rotating mid, doesn't have ult. And Invoker found him with the Horde Spirit.
There's a Sunstrike does a little bit. Oh my god. Right on the edge of the Sunstrike. That must have skimmed his toe cheeks. But now Witch Doctor, he's here. He's going to throw himself out of Maledict, and with the puck ult, they're going to try and slow things down a little bit. Maledict is now thrown out on Arse, but unfortunately, Mo, he's coming out of the corner with the slowdown. Oh, a nice dodge here from Dr. OG, but there should be one last Oracle kick, and they will be able to get it, and that's a 2 for none. With all of the support of FU coming in to help out us.
I've got to say, I love watching the Quas Exhort Invoker after so long of Quas Wex. Being the best one.
Quas Wex just never feels good to play with, or against, either or. This is never a fun time.
Yeah, all Invoker players should be in prison, but if they do have to pick the hero, I prefer if they wait pause exhaust. Okay, so there is
a lot of TPs
triple
coming back in mid.
rotation mid. I don't quite know what this is
As
for.
top lane,
Scam-
the center ult just about saves Blitzer.
Okay, I wasn't watching top lane, so that's what the Stampede was for. Psycho damage and Witch Doctor are still here. Puck does have her ult up in 10 seconds.
Yeah. That's
Very low
one of the
cooldown.
benefits is fairly good stuff.
They've got him. They've got him.
Yep, the beautiful wraparound, and now Dr. OG, he's going to have to dance a little bit. There's still a lot of damage being thrown up by Us, and there's a rotation from Mary's. Will bring him down first. So Us only does after Dr. OG anyway.
So
He just cannot catch a break.
that would have been like disastrous for Dire, but on the plus side, at least him dying means there's enough XP in that kill to level up both of the supports and get their ultimates unlocked.
Oh,
So the
they're both
rotations
6 now.
are going to have a lot more power here.
Yeah, Witch Doctor
Whereas-
ult is now up and running.
Whereas the fact that they got both XP runes denied the same thing happening to Radiant, both of their supports.
On a side
Oh,
note,
it's still only 5.
supports of FU currently hunting around in the jungle trying to find something here.
Oh
with the smoke.
no!
No luck.
Oh, the
Bottom lane.
in the chronosphere.
Oh, he does get the maledict off though, but 333, he's got himself a wand and he'll be able to bring himself up.
That's completely fine. That was 100% a kill, but he death warded just inside the chronosphere. Oh, that's bleak, man.
Fortified their structures against
You
attack.
hate
Sunstrike! Oh, well,
Dire should
they know you have a ward there now.
tower.
Blitzer just about living there. He's got to be careful, man.
Oh. They got Invoker.
Yep. Stream call out. They're going to try and slow things down a little bit, but there is the... Oh, there's so much damage in return with this the tornado. Are they going to be able to bring down Dr. OG? But no. Pora, he comes up the hill and manages to make sure. So that didn't go terribly. I tell you what, Dr. OG is just not having a good day today.
Blitzer, dude. Wow. He is playing on the edge here. Life stealing from creeps.
But bottom, 333, they're busy trying to hunt him down, and now they're going to see the smoke break, so they know that he's in the small camp. They're waiting for Dr. OG to get nearby, and with that, they're going to be able to run around the corner, stuns him up, and with a follow-up stun by Paco, the stolen magic missile.
Puck
Managed to get
slowly
the
but surely getting back into this.
Yep, there's the kills are very, very much backward and forward at the moment, but what I will say is there's a fair last hit advantage considering how far behind Spain was originally.
Danger.
Yeah, in terms of net worth, not that it's super important because early on.
Yeah, but
Every
all
Radiant core
three
is
of them.
above.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Rubik has a not insignificant amount, so if he can leverage that, it's helping his cores pick up some kills.
I will say though, I suddenly thought to myself, I don't feel like we've spoken about anything mundane in this game yet. And I went, oh yeah, no, it's because there've been 23 kills in 12 minutes.
Yeah, this has been an absolute bloodbath at the moment. Chronosphere is up in 25 seconds. So they might want to look for something there, or they might want to leave Void to farm, because Void does not have any farm.
Oh, we have a Blinken man of the van. He's going to throw out the Blood Arena, trying to bring down the ammo as quickly as possible, and they will be able to do that. Maledict was thrown out, but it doesn't look like there's going to be any follow-up just yet. Dr. OG, he is now starting to poke around a little bit, and they split up a little bit, and it looks like they're going to leave man with the van up Shit Creek without a paddle.
Getting that kill with all of them with experience, that's very
And
helpful for their
Farco showing why Rubik is a professional kill stealer.
the extra damage and just like
Dire's middle
everything he
tower
does
is
feels
under
great.
attack.
Yeah. So he does have to be a little bit careful here because Us is around and there's a lot of damage that can get thrown out. With the Spirit Vessel, Deafening Blast is going to slow things down. The beautiful Sunstrike to follow up. But yeah, he is just dead. Ice on this Invoker is starting to make this game very uncomfortable if you're on the side of TNG.
That combo from Invoker was a thing of beauty, man. I just want to have that as a highlight by itself. Everything was perfectly timed.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to know how perfectly timed, Rubik got pushed towards him by the Deafening Blast.
That is a mark of mastery on Invoker. If your Deafening Blast moves people behind itself,
Oh, as there comes the swap. Amo once again finding himself in a bad position. Sunstrike will be thrown out now. Dr. OG, he runs in the middle with the stun to follow up on us, but now Mo, he's going to try and let things rock a little bit now. There comes the follow-up Chronosphere, but he did get deafening blasted, so he's not going to quite be able to do enough damage in that fight as Dr. OG gets caught just on the outside of that. And now Man with the Van, he's going to try and do a little bit of damage, but with the time walk out, he will be able to get away a little bit, but Man with the Van right on top of him, and with the rebuke, will bring him down. Now, they're going to turn around. Cora, he's up next. There's a bunch of stuff being currently thrown up, and with the us, bleh, he just falls over dead. I was trying to say cold snap. I don't know why I said ass snap, but hey, Asra. This is definitely his game at the moment. He's kind of running away with it a bit.
I mean, I don't want to say I told you so, but...
Haha! It's okay. There's a faceless void. Oh, and now Man with the Van, as I was saying, he jumps straight in, but with Dr. OG, it looks like they're going to be able to turn the defense into an attack there. And now, here comes the Stampede. They're going to move forward. They will be able to bring up the Dream Coil. Man with the Van, he's going to find himself in a bit of a bad position. Rebukes tries to get a little bit of space. There's a lot of people coming in now. Maledict has not clipped him just yet, but with the follow-up from Rubik, a nice spear over the top of everything will bring him down. And now they're going to carry on us. He's the next in the path, but Mo's in the background. He's going to try and slow things down a bit, but it looks like that's that for now.
Yeah, I don't think they want to go up a high ground when they don't know where Sven is. If they all bunch up, Invoker can also just turn around and absolutely ruin their existence.
Yeah, at the moment, he's still snaking around. He kind of senses that this fight isn't over just yet. He has currently Tornado thrown up, but there, with a drop pull back, the Maledict isn't going to quite be able to clip him. He is silenced for now. The swap brings Amo back into the middle of everything, but now Sven, he's ulted and he's here and he's angry, and he will be able to bring them both down in quick fashion.
Just tears Puck to pieces. She doesn't have anything. There are so many disables that if she doesn't dodge the first one, she's just dead. She needs to get up a Jules or a BKB or something that allows her to get out of all these stuns.
Yeah. They're not done here, but now Void, he might find himself in a very awkward position. He sees them, he's going to try and time walk down the hill, but with a blink follow-up from Man of the Van. Oh! An interesting him is just thrown down the hill, but there was a follow-up stun from Sven, so he was able to be held in place. And the rest of it, you're
a follow-up stun. Just watching 3 separate disables land on top of his dead body.
But did he die though?
I would classify on a scale of dead to not dead very.
Yes. Dead is in fact achieved. As we have ourselves an Arena of Blood, and he immediately gets swapped out of that. I don't think it's going to matter in the greater scheme of things, as pocket damage will be brought down. But now, Dr. OG, he wants to try and climb in, and there's a beautiful Witch Doctor ult down from the hill. There is a Maledict currently rocking on Ares, so he'll be brought down. In the meanwhile, Astrath, he's found himself in a slightly awkward position with Apora standing right directly on top of him. But Sonoda will buy a little bit more time now, but he needs to be very, very careful in the background. Does OG here. And now Astrath throws the Sunstrike to try and bring down somebody with him, but in the end, he will just go down by himself. And now, Blitz, he's looking for a little bit more here on the Void. He's trying to hunt down, and it looks like they've been able to ping out the Crystal Maiden, but no! Oh no, she manages to get out of that area just about in time. Mo, he's got to start doing some dancing now. And with a Maledict follow-up, are they going to be able to do any more Sven? He's turning around to go back in with a few extra attacks. He will bring down Amo. Now, Man with the Van, he's going in. Blitzer found himself a little bit out of position here. He's far enough away that it'll be okay with no follow-ups.
Very good fight by TNG to catch the Invoker and pull him away from the CM, and it was just too out of position to do anything about it.
Yeah, that chrono, so that's the sort of thing that makes you a hero or a loser, and it's not up to you whether which one of those things it is.
I can't show you my ping. We're not on the broadcast thing, but they herded him away from anywhere that the people that they killed at the beginning of the fight could TP in and help him. So he does have a lot of HP, especially for this early on in the game, but just the way he moved wasn't enough. Oh, Mars Arena.
Yeah, with the Arena of Blood, the Witch Doctor trying to rock a bit of an ult there, but there's just no follow-up. There's a big Maledict on Man with the Van, but they're going to be able to Glimmer Cape him down to probably help him. Yeah, now he'll be alright.
Yeah, no
Man,
Chronosphere,
this game is just not relenting.
4K advantage. It could have been so much worse if TNG didn't take
Yeah,
that fight.
that last fight was a definite saving grace for TNG at the moment.
If you look at the fog for Dire, they have no clue where it is right now. They can only see ice. This must feel so claustrophobic.
Dire's bottom tower
We'll have a
is
look quickly at the
That ward should
win
then-
probability. Apparently 100. No, it's broken. Never mind.
Dire's bottom tower
My
is
win
under
probability is broken. Says 100% on TNG at the moment.
I mean, it might not be broken. Gaben must just like.
Oh, as Pora, he jumps in, he manages to get himself a nice 2-man stun on Astaroth and Ares. But he's going to be able to just ghost walk and run away. Ares will find himself on the bad end of that. But Mo, he's found himself in a bad position too. So the two supports, just like that, get brought down. It looks like TNG want to get a little bit more than that though.
Oil just not flipping nice, meaning that don't catch the invoker in that.
In the Dream
engagement,
Call.
but the Dream Call just not flipping ice.
If he got
Two
that Dream
supports
Call
for
though.
nothing? 2 supports for nothing? Feels good
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, no. Especially when they were getting. Let's face it. The noose was definitely starting to close down. But now it looks like man of the man. He's going to jump in a beautiful arena of blood and 333. He's going to try and climb in here. There goes the Sunstrike trying to bring things down a little bit. Amo manages to rock his ult for all of 2 seconds as OG. He's trying to do a little bit more. He won't be able to phase shift just in time. The last tower shot won't kill him, but he has a haste rune, so he should be okay.
He did manage
But
to
on the
take out
backline,
arena
Pora,
and
he
managed
finds
to-
himself in a bad position though, and with the follow-up Spirit Vessels, a fair amount more damage now. Us, he's on the mission, Sunstrike goes out, won't be able to quite connect just yet. TP coming out, he's going to try and TP in the creeps in front of him. Oh no, that is so rude!
Just had enough cooldown for Blink, but the invoker frostbite hit him.
Dear.
He could have maybe blinked here and TP'd out, but maybe Tornado was up by then.
If you were
On the
millennial,
backline though,
I'd say
Mr.
wicked
Triple
sick.
Three, he catches himself another one. This game is
Watching
starting
us
to
spend
look
with
very
Harpoon.
scary.
Watching us spend with Harpoon is just a fun
Radiant's
thing.
bottom tower is
Yeah, the problem is you see him getting closer to you, and if there's nothing you can do about it, it's just a sense of impending doom.
Yeah, I'm not feeling happy about TNG's chances right now because we're looking at the next item for both carries. Sven's Daedalus is finished if he wants it.
Amo,
Whereas-
you need to be so careful. He's found himself in a bad position, and there's a beautiful stun as he gets harpooned into oblivion. Oh no.
So Faithless Void is going to even if he finishes it, I don't know how exactly that helps him. That's the problem with DW Void.
This is what you were talking about earlier though, right? Is you kind of feel obliged to go BKB on Faceless Void, but if you go it just feels so bad.
Yeah, especially seeing his Daedalus is up for this thing. And that is a scary item. Some might say absurd.
This is going to be absurd. Yes. As man of the van, he jumps forward. He's going to be able to throw down an arena of blood. Mo, he's going to be able to get the Crystal Maiden out. Goes off for far too long amount of time. He's going to survive. And now there's a Chronosphere in the backline, but Blitzer, he's just going to stand there and look at us in the eyes and go, "You sir are going to murder me."
Like, so he did. This feels bad right now.
Yeah,
Even
this
if-
game's over. It's
Yeah,
just straight over. There's the alacrity on Sven that we were talking about.
Even if the 5 members of TNG were behind their barracks right now with all their ults up, I don't think they stop this push.
Oh, and there's the swap, Amo.
Ownage.
Poor Amo.
The range of swap is just flipping ridiculous. Get any neutral item. Look at the eye of the Vizier. Like, good god, man.
What is the range on swap right now? Enough. That's
Yeah.
Faco tries to slow down time a little bit here, but that's just a free lane of racks on top.
It hasn't gotten quite to the point where the answer to that question is yes, but it's getting
So,
Force
yeah.
Buff instead of Aether Lens for the Venge, which is fair enough.
Oh, as a Dream Core being thrown out on 333 with the follow-up from Pora, they're going to try and go out. And now, Void, he's here. They're going to try and do a little bit more, but Dr. OG, he finds himself in the unenviable position of being an ass. As targets. And now Amo, Fako with the damage swap again. Fako, he's going to probably find himself dead any time in the near future as he will get dropped down into the tender arms of FU and immediately goes down. Amo, he's going to try and run away. He gets thrown, but now with the magic missile and one last sort of attack from Astrat, they will bring him down. Blitzer, he's the next on the target list, and with the Sunstrike, they're going to do a lot of damage. 1 or 2 more right clicks, and there he goes. Astrat gets himself a triple kill almost out of nowhere, and then 4-stars himself out. No follow-up.
Oh, yeah.
This has definitely been, yeah. This has been a game.
This game was so back and forth, but just 2 fights in a row going the way of FU, and they have just run away with this.
But to be fair, I think the main thing that you can talk about here is it feels like Amo and Fako, the 2 supports on the side of TNG, have just never seemed to be able to get anything done.
Well, there's a lot of disables on the side of FU. Every single one of their heroes can hold someone in place long enough for a Stone Strike to hit.
Yeah.
So the supports are just food. The minute a single stun hits them, they're just dead from anywhere on them.
Well,
I've played games like this as a 5 or 4 position, and let me tell you, it is not a great feeling, guys.
what I will say though, however, is once again, me being a gentleman and picking the team opposite you for the sake of a little bit of intrigue has bitten me in the ass. As we have a double smoke coming up though. TNG, they're trying to find themselves some sort of way back into this, and they will just smoke straight past each other. But Asroth, he's going to be caught in the middle of everybody. Now they're going to be able to jump forward Pora. He will jump in, get the stun. There's a bit of follow-up. They will just try and murder him. But a lot of TPs are starting to come in here. Ares, he's got to be careful. But now Man with the Van, he goes in. Arena of Blood catches a couple. Blitzer, he will just be brought down in his Chronosphere. Just gets obliterated. And now Amo, he's going to find himself in a position that he's probably all too familiar with.
Jeez, Spiko. There's playing confidently, and then there's literally tempting death.
Ares looking for that swap, but nothing to quite follow up with. What was that damage, though? 1 second Void was alive, and then he just wasn't. Oh, I see.
Daedalus.
3,000 damage done by the Sven in like 2 attacks. Okay.
Yeah, that's Sven for you. This is why you pick him. He just scales so far ahead of the enemy carry. Like, usually they don't, Svens don't scale as hard as the enemy carry.
Yeah, when you get ultra late game, the problem is once the support items start coming around. As if the OG finds himself in once again just a nasty position. Oh no, he was still invisible for a little bit there. He's going to try and illusory orb out now. There's a Sunstruck. Not going to be able to quite connect. He's blinking away, dodging. He's got his dancing shoes on, and it would appear that his dancing shoes today are going to stay well polished.
He doesn't have a TP for it.
Oh, he doesn't have a TP. That's fun.
Yeah.
Well, he uses the gate to get the hell out of dodge in the meantime, though. As in the meantime,
Sven solo charges at your centaur, brings him to half health without ulting, or having BKB.
it's irrelevant.
Yeah, feels
And
bad.
it looks like, hey guys, we're in the vicinity. We might as well just, you know,
Well, we're there.
seeing as it's there. A Man with the Van gets himself the shot
Not
for that.
not the shot you would have wanted. You would have wanted that on bench.
It's a heck. It's a hell of a lot of whatever at this point, I suppose.
Yeah, you did get it on CM, which is your money shot right now because of that crystal clone. So the reason why crystal clone is such a good shot on CM is because it allows her to solo push out lanes.
Yeah, and farm.
Farm doesn't matter.
I've got to say, it is a bit unfortunate though when you look at the amount of kills that is currently on the side of TNG. The 2 lowest kills in the game are currently on their carry and their mid.
Yeah, Puck was just bullied after losing the lane to the Invoker, and that just kind of happens with Puck. Especially if you're up against any sort of beat. And if you're looking, so Venge and CM are in that competition.
So by the way,
Yeah.
Mr. Man with a Van was blocking the attacks coming in from Roshan there, and us decided that the best thing he could possibly do was alacrity him instead of then hitting Rosh.
What did he alacrity himself?
No, he alacritied the Mars who was standing, blocking attacks from Rosh, not attacking himself. So.
Well, again, at this point.
Mild misclick. I'm clutching at anything that says that TNG might have a chance here. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, Dr. OG!
oh.
Dr. OG!
Oh god.
Buddy! Good night.
Before my time.
Whoa! That was even a Crystal Maiden ult.
But if you look at the position that they're currently playing in right now, TNG, they are playing very far behind. They're just split up, cutting waves, causing problems.
I will say though that they are making this game harder than it needs to be to end. Yeah, I mean the end has to be some point in the near future with the Aegis currently on us on the Invoker, and
Yeah, they need to push this.
follow-ups.
TNG, you can't let the creep wave get this close to you, man. You need to have some plan to top. Because right now, with top being that close, backdoor protection is disabled.
Yeah, backdoor is now done. So if they wanted to, they can walk up the hill, and that is exactly what they do. And looks like with a couple of attacks, 33, he's going to go straight in, and it looks like FICO damage is not going to be very long for this one. One hit takes down half of his health, and now with a bit of a follow-up there, it looks like it will bring it down. Now, Void, he manages to get himself a half-decent Chronosphere, catches 3 of them, and there's the follow-up Witch Doctor ult, and they should be able to bring down Man of the Van. Bit of a follow-up now. Astaroth, he's currently tanking the Witch Doctor ult, and with a couple more, he will go down, but that is still just the Aegis for now. In the meantime, 333 though, he is currently taking the people down. Void, he's brought back though. He's going to try and bring down more people here. And at the moment, it looks like it's a fairly even trade, but with a couple extra deaths, Sven, he does go down in the background. And the last one left alive is us. That was with 2 buybacks. But it looks like with yeah, they got him. They got him. A couple more right clicks, or do they have him? No, yeah, they got him.
Yeah, they've got it.
And it went to Blitzer, who brought back for that. So that was 2 buybacks.
3 buybacks
But-
on the spin, on the Centaur.
Wait, who were the 3 then?
Centaur, Void, and Rubik. All brought
Okay.
back. But it was for a team wipe with an Aegis.
Yeah.
They didn't lose a single building.
So that
during
was
all of
6 deaths for 4. So
Yes.
look at that gold change.
They have. cut
I want to
the
see what that
network
looks like
different-
on the graph when that updates.
They have cut the network different from 2/3.
Oh,
to what it used to be.
it looks like FICO was not content with that happening, so he's going to try and kill it at a time. But now, Blitzer, he's going to be able to come in. He starts heading onto Man of the Van now. But now the rest of FU, they're going to start coming in. And that is the first ever time I have seen a kill with the Nether Swap.
I mean, it does do a lot of damage now, but
Is under attack.
Is it? It does 300 damage. Goodness me. Okay. I did
yeah,
not
they've
know
been
that.
buffing that because now it gives you a shield based on the damage it does.
No, so it shields the an ally or damages an enemy.
No.
No? Oh, okay. So it shields yourself as well.
If you swap an enemy, you get a shield.
Oh, very nice.
Generation.
Okay.
That's why everyone's picking it, because that's like flippin' busted.
That's why it took me a second to realize that was what we were talking about there.
With Rubik dead, they are very.
Oh, Pora, he finds himself. Oh dear. Oh dear, he is very out of position all of a sudden.
And this is a buyback, so.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
And now
I
triple
think
three, he
that's
goes in and 2 taps of Witch Doctor. Oh my god. This is so much damage. 1 tap a creep wave, 3 tapping a ranged Drax.
He doesn't have Ags, though, with Witch Doctor. If they had Ags, this was a juicy Chronosphere Witch Doctor ult.
Yeah. How dare he not have Ags in this game? Although, he isn't too far away. But you have to start feel that the end is nigh as Midrax is the last standing buildings to the side of FU. Ah, so TNG. Oh, and there you go, Man of the Van, he jumps in. We'll be able to hold Elmo still, and yeah. Mo once again letting it go in the middle of everybody, but now Dr. No, he just jumps in the middle of everybody. He will be able to get the dream call off. There's a fair amount of auto attacks coming out at the moment, but Mo is the only one that seems to be brought in anywhere near low. But now, oh, the beautiful sheepstick will be able to slow things down a little bit in time, but now they will be able to bring him down. And that was the buyback on Void, and that has to be GG.
He was in the casting animation for Chrono, got sheeped by ice. This Invoker is just so far ahead.
Oh, as he walks through and Dr. OG, he's just going to get eventually brought down. You have to. Fucko will go down, and that's a 5-0. So brief glimpses of hope at the end of that game, but yeah. And GG is cool.
Witch Doctor just being treated as a stew toy by all the heroes on Radiant. That was unfortunate.
So, FU managed to take down TNG again.
Yeah, that was definitely not a case of TNG getting outdrafted or playing badly. That was just FU playing incredibly well.
Yeah, they got half of Sniff and just ran off with it. But you have to give it to us though. He was definitely the one to watch, and he seemed to just be there to make everything happen.